Good morning. I should just say hi in case you're watching this at a different time of day. So thank you for joining me on my live video today. If you are with me now, feel free to jump in and comment. Hi Joe. If you're watching on catch up, you won't be able to comment on the live, but you can add comments afterwards. So if you've got any questions on what I've done or any queries about the products or anything, then just let me know. So it's a beautiful sunny day here today. So I've had to put my blinds down and open the windows because it's rather warm, which is a nice problem to have. But let's just see that it doesn't get too noisy for you. Okay, I'm just waiting for my live to pop up on my other screen. So, good morning Molly. Good morning Carol. This is the set that we're focusing on this week. So all of our live sessions this week will feature this set. I have to say, so this is in the annual catalogue. It's on page 91, I believe. Let me grab the catalogue. So here is the catalogue page, page 91. And this was actually designed by Connie Stewart, who is another $1 million sales achiever from the United States. And when you get to sell $1 million or multiples of $1 million, then you get to design a stamp set with the help of the design team over in America. And this is Connie Stewart. Connie's a lovely demonstrator, and her website is, I'm trying to think what it is now. Simple Stamping, I'm trying to think it is. But anyway, Connie Stewart, you will find her. And this is the first stamp set. When I opened the catalogue, I said I have to have. And it was one of the first stamp sets that got ordered. But there's so much in the set, I was reluctant to open it. It was one of those that almost got too much in it. So I literally only opened it to use yesterday. So it does happen sometimes when you have a stamp set that you absolutely would love to have and use, that it becomes quite nerve-wracking to open, which is bizarre really. I don't really understand why, but hey ho. I think because it's got so much in it. So as you can see, it features coffee, cocktails, cookies and chocolate. We have the large words here, which are in a really nice font. And then we have obviously the coffee cups with a inner. Oh, I found myself. Took me a while to get there, didn't it? Sorry everybody. Now I've got to find it. So a coffee cup and the infill. You've got the cocktail with the infill with the ice cubes, and then you've got the infill for the umbrella and the lemon or orange or lime. We've got the cookies with an infill and the chocolates with an infill. So you could stamp everything. You could also use blends pens for colouring and watercolour pencils and ink also for watercolouring. So lots of options and not too big a design to colour in. The thing that makes this, I think, are the sentiments. So you can see that they've got selection of sentiments up at the top. So let me show you from the stamp set point of view. still don't know where I am on here. How strange. Okay. So the sentiments you can put together are quite multitudinous. So we've got today's plan, consume, and then you can choose. And then after that you could have, I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too. You could have today's plan, consume chocolate and be awesome. Consume cocktails because adulting is hard. Adulting, that sounded right, doesn't it? A day without chocolate is like, just kidding, I have no idea. And then we've got today is a chocolate kind of day, and lots of other combinations. You could also combine this with other things. If you had a dog lover, a day without, and then you could have the dogs. It's like, just kidding, I have no idea. So think outside of the stamp set. Let's see who's joined us. Jacqueline, by the looks of things. Linda, thank you. Jill, nice to have you with us this morning. So today's session is going to be just straightforward, simple stamping. And then I'm going to build this up during the week, because there are dies that go with this that have these words that cut out, plus they cut out the images here. But for today we're just going to do some straightforward stamping. So I've already got some of the stamps on the block ready, and what I'm going to do to start with is a coffee one, I think. So I've got Whisper White, and these are going to go onto note cards. So the size of this is 3 inches by 4.5 inches. And what I'm going to do is start with my sentiment at the top and the bottom, and then put my coffee cups in between, so I know how much space I've got to play with. So I think what I'm going to do is today's plan, consume. Let me get this roughly straight. I love the typeface of this, and I'm just going to use early espresso, but I'm going to have some nice bright coffee cups. And it was funny that this morning on my timeline up popped the coffee cups from Seattle from 2 years ago at the Seattle coffee shop. Okay, so today's plan, consume. Okay, hope you can see that okay. And then I'm going to do and be awesome at the bottom. Just going to switch that one over. So if you know anybody who loves cookies, chocolate, coffee, cocktails, this would also be a great set if you were gifting chocolate or gifts, cookies that you've made, for example, at Christmas. Even if you didn't use it with the rest of the set, you could use the stamped images on the labels and things. Okay, today's plan, consume and be awesome. I'll wipe that off. Oops. Okay, and now I'm going to add the coffee cups. So I'm going to do the outline of the coffee cups and hopefully the steam, and then I'm going to put the word coffee in at the top, and I'm going to leave that because then I can see where it's going to fit. So I'm going to have these sort of fairly low down, and I'm going to stamp them in espresso but colour them in using, I think, Poppy Parade, as that's to hand. And I could put some washi tape on here if I wanted to do it accurately. I'm just going to line this up. Obviously these are photopolymer stamps, so you can see where you're stamping. And what I'm going to do is stamp one in the centre and then put one equally on either side. So roughly in the centre, she says. Okay, there's one. They're the cutest little coffee cups, quite modern looking. 2 and 3. So I've gone for a 3. Nice odd number for the eye to work to. There we go. I'll do the infill in a second. Let me put the messages on. I've just suddenly realised that I can't see any messages, so bear with me 1 second. Found you. Hello Janice, Sam, Lynn, Marion. I've got a cross face from Carol. Not quite sure why that is. Okay, so this is the infill. Actually, I'm going to do that next. So just to show you what that looks like, and you could colour these in if you wanted to with blends pens or another medium. So there's the coffee cup, and I'll just show you. So it fills in really nicely. It's quite difficult to see it through the camera, so hoping I'll get it roughly lined up. Yeah, there we go. So quite a modern, funky looking coffee cup. So let me infill these, and these could be different colours, of course. And 1. So there's a bit of a gap all around the edge, so it's quite forgiving. 1, 2 and 3. Just got to bring this down so I can actually see it, sorry. There we go. Fun. Then I'm going to find the little steaming pieces here. There we go. Morning, Sam. Of course you don't have live on a Monday, do you? So that's nice to join me, thank you. So let's have a look and see what this steam looks like. Perfect, so I need to just position it over a little bit when I do it. Let's have a look. There we go. 2 and 3. Cute. There we are. And then finally my word coffee. So I say I really like this typeface. Trying to think where to put that now. Here. Down a little bit from the top. There we go. Today's plan, consume coffee and be awesome. Oh, hi Verity. Oh, Verity's got the day off. How lovely. I hope you're going to do something nice with your day, Verity, or are you just going to chill out? So let me just cover these ink pads up. Okay, so all I've got for this one is I've got the Poppy Parade layer, which is going to go behind, and then a Whisper White note card and an envelope. so I can decorate those up as well. So I think I'm going to put a cup of coffee on here. Why not? Now just cover my ink pads up. I think it's going to be a scorching hot day today for us here. I hope it's nice where you are. So I'm just popping that on the left hand side. Let's add the steam. Did I call it smoke earlier on? I can't remember. And then the infill of this. So I'm just looking through to get an approximate position. Oops, as I say, it's quite forgiving, but you could use your blends pens to colour that in if you preferred. So that's my envelope. This is my white note card, so I'm just going to fold that and just score it nicely, like so. Just chilling. Oh, lovely, Verity. Yes, that'll do nicely. So I'm going to pop that. I've got my seal here I'm going to use. If you prefer to use wet glue, so you've got a bit more time to position, then that's absolutely fine. So I'm just hovering this over on both sides with my fingers underneath. Okay, and then just dropping that down, holding it on one side. So you don't want to just drop it. You want to, what's the word? The opposite of raise. Lower. You want to lower it onto the card. Oh dear. I wasn't really late last night. Okay. This would be great to send to somebody who you haven't met up with for coffee for a while, isn't it? There we go. So there's our first card. Nice and simple stamping. Just using the stamps to layer up. Now I'm going to step it up a little bit and do a little bit of masking and colouring in as well. But you could create that or recreate that really quickly on the Stamparatus by having these in place. Obviously you'd need to stamp the cup 3 times, but you could use the hinge technique and then you'd have those in the correct place every time. So if I did that, what I would do is have this and this on one plate, and then the coffee cups and the steam on another plate, and then if I wanted really accurately, I'd position the inner on the other plate and do some step stamping. But it's still fairly quick, quite quirky. Love the design. Okay, this time we're going vanilla for the chocolate, I thought. And let's see what I've got here tomorrow. I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be 2. So let's do today's plan, consume chocolate. So let us put this sentiment, I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be 2 at the bottom. So I'm keeping the same layout. Just putting this one here, like so. There we go. It's a very pretty fine, oh I just moved that didn't I, fine font. I had a feeling I moved something. Let's try that one again. Thank goodness there's two sides to every piece of paper. Perfect. And then let's do the consume one again, and then I will do another one with a different set of sentiments. There we go, top and bottom. And this time I'm going to stamp a line of chocolates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp one in the centre, create a mask, and then stamp them either side, so I've got like a whole line of chocolates, and then use blends pens to colour them in. So in order to make the mask, all I'm going to do, and this is to cover up the chocolates so that I can get the effect of them being one in front of the other, and then luckily there's 3 ready to go. So what I'm going to do is find the sticky side of the post-it note, stamp my 3 sets of chocolates, and then I know I only need 2 because I think I'm only going to do a line of 3 sets of 3 chocolates, but obviously you could pick another post-it note at the same time, so always make use of the fact that you can layer them up. And then I'm just cutting this just inside of the stamped edge, so you should be able to see the edge of the stamp on the bit you leave behind. So I'm just going to do this very quickly. The bit in the middle doesn't actually matter so much, but if you're going to make a mask, you might as well do it so you can use it for something else later. So just cutting on the inside of those lines, just so you don't get a gap between one set of chocolates and the next. There we go, that will do. And because I did 2 layers, I've got 2 little masks in here. If I can separate them. Post-it notes, these ones are quite sticky. Okay, so I've got 2 masks there. Okay, a few more people have joined us, thank you. Julie. It is Poppy Parade Verity. Hi Scylla, Claire, Marion I can see is with us as well. Thank you. So here we go. So I'm going to stamp my chocolates. So what I'm going to do is put one in the centre, and I know I've got a bit more space to play with here. Let's have this roughly central. Like so. Okay, and then covering this one up. Now this ink will dry pretty quickly. It's our standard Stampin' Up ink. If you've got a different type of ink, or a very wet ink, or not a water-based one, you may need to leave time for that to dry. But our Stampin' Up ones will do the job. So what I'm going to do is overlap this left-hand chocolate with this one here, and I'm looking at this bottom line to keep these roughly in line. So I hope you can see that. Like so. Okay, so if I peel that off, you can see that we've got the chocolate tucked in behind. So I'm going to do the same thing on here. I only peeled it off to show you, you wouldn't need to do that yourself. And inking this up, and again putting this one over, but lining up the the one that appears on the bottom, like so. So now if I peel that away, I've got my line of chocolates. Yum. And so let's have chocolate on there, and then I'm going to colour those in. Now this stamp set does have dies with this wording on it, and I'll be using those later in the week. Oh, bless you, Linda. Hello, Heather. It's easily done. The way I always test it is I look at what I've cut out and make sure I can see the image left on the paper behind. So this is the word chocolate. Just making sure that is inked up. I've got a little bit of ink in the middle. I'm hoping I'm not going to press too hard. Somebody's car alarm going off. There we go. There we are. Consume chocolate. Okay, so I'm going to use some blends pens for colouring those in, but you could use the stamp that has the three sections, and if you wanted to colour them differently, then I would put the mask back on, stamp those, stamp that one, and then put the mask back on and stamp those. Okay, but the image for colouring in has all three, so you'd get them coloured in three at a time, if that makes any sense. Absolutely, Monica. Has to be, doesn't it? So I'm just going to use a variety of pens. I might do a cheeky pink one because it's covered in icing, this one, and a yellow one maybe, we'll see. So this one is ivory, so it's slightly, this is used for skin tones usually. Let's use the small end, it's quite a small area. So I'm just going to colour these in. So it depends whether you like milk chocolate, white chocolate, or whatever. Let's have a pink something in there. That's this one here. It is quite a small area, so you don't have to go mad on your blending. However, if you like colouring in and blending, you could definitely you know, do some more blending with that. Go. Let's have a lemon one. So this is dark daffodil delight. So very easy to colour in, and you could do a combination of stamping and blends pens for colouring in. Let's have some different browns. So this one is light soft suede. So a nice sort of what's the word? Milk chocolate colour. That. Let's have a darker one. What I've got here. This is bronze. So erring towards, oops, a plain of chocolate. Let's make this one the same. So very easy to colour in. To say, I'm not doing any particularly clever blending at all. Just using a single colour for each one. Let's do this one the same. Should we do this one so we've got different ones of each? So obviously you could do a whole mountain of chocolate if you wished. Go. Anybody feeling peckish now? Let's see what else we have. Oh, that's ivory. Could do with a crumb cake or something. This one, dark crumb cake for our last two. Oh, that's very close to the next one, isn't it? Oh no, now it's drying, it's quite different. Let's do that one. You don't need to see me colouring in great detail at all. Certainly not on a Monday, when I expect you've all got plenty to do. There we go. Consume chocolate. I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too. Cute. Okay, so that one I'm going to layer onto, surprise surprise, an early espresso layer, and pop that onto a vanilla note card, and I keep the masks in with the stamps when I finish, so they're ready for next time. Let me find my vanilla card. Move these out of the way. Just line that up. I think I might put some chocolate on the inside. I can show you the infill then for that stamp so you can see how that one works. So just inking that up, sorry if that is off camera to you. Could do a line all the way across the middle if you wanted. I'm not going to because you don't need to see me do that. Like so. Voila. Look like vanilla, don't they? Or white chocolate on that. And let me find the infill stamp and show you what that looks like. It's this one here. Let me grab an ink pad. So I was going to try Sahara Sand to see what that looks like. I've got one Sahara Sand that's quite dark. No, that's perfect. So again, just looking through to position it. Like so. So if you're not keen on colouring in, you could just use the infill stamp, but remember it will do all three in the same colour unless you wish to go in and colour them separately. There we go. There we are. And I was just thinking if what little gems I might have to put on top. So let me layer this up. That's the front. So that's going to go onto there. That one on top. I'm hoping that is in your line of view, everybody. So this would be lovely if you had packs of chocolate and you could wrap them up and put a bow around it and then just pop that as a card to match with it. Or put some in one of our little containers, our little square boxes that are food safe. There we go. And that's my inside, and that's my envelope. Let me just see if I've got something I could put on top. It really needs to be pink, yellow, or a browny colour, doesn't it? Oh, I've got an idea. Okay. Oh yes, you could colour some pearls. That's a good idea. So I'm thinking these elegant faceted gems are clear, white, and then this gold colour. But I think I could get away with that. Or, as Verity says, colour some. So let's have a look. So these are in the new catalogue as well. So what I might do is a pink one and colour it, especially if I chose the white to start with, or the clear. Let's have a look, see. I always think of violet creams. My sister-in-law loves violet creams. Let's have a look on the white. I think I need a darker pink for that to show. Let me just see. So that's light flirty flamingo. This might be too light, too dark. If you can see that on there. So I'm just using the pen on top to colour it. So that's the clear one, and I'll do a white one. This white one is quite opaque, so I think I'm going to use that little pinky one there. So I'm just going to pick that up. Pop that one on top, and I'm going to use this goldy one. Can't decide which one to put it on now. Yeah. And I think I need another one. So, just so it's nice and even. On there. There we go. There we are. Bit of bling on there to look like a a chocolate something on the top. So these are elegant faceted gems, 2 sizes, and you get 90 in total. Okay, so there's my chocolate card, and we've got a coffee card. Do you want to see a cookie card? just quickly. Let me see what I've got here. I've got another vanilla one. Let's change the sentiment out altogether. And let's do a day without cookies. There we go. A day without cookies. I've got the cookie stamp out, I think. Okay, so I'll just do this really quickly for you. I'm conscious of the time. An abundance of butterflies out the front. I have a large buddleia bush which has actually overtaken my path, so you have to step around the buddleia to get up to my house, but it's absolutely covered in butterflies. Okay, so I'm just using the same layout for this because I've got plenty of ideas for the rest of the week. There we go. I need the cookie word. And I will do some cocktails tomorrow. Just stamp this one off. See what it looks like. Just love that font. I'm easily pleased, aren't I? And then let's have some cookies along here. I'm going to do 3 and mask them off. Let's grab this, find the sticky bit, so you've got some stickiness to it, otherwise it won't hold down. Cut 2, could cut 3 really, but 2 will do for now. So cut just on the inside. So for anybody who's joined us, this is called masking. Where you mask off what you've stamped so that you don't cover it over. There we go. So let's stamp our first one. Perhaps I'll put 3 down here, or up here. There's 1. Cover that up. Now I'm thinking if I stamp this one here, it'll look like this one is complete. If that makes any sense, because I'm stamping the open edge underneath there. And then let's pop this one on and do the same thing. So look like I've got 1 eaten and 2 complete. If that makes sense. Hopefully it will make sense when I peel those away. There we go. So I could colour those in, or I could use the stamp. So let me show you to use the stamp. Hi Claire. And I can do the same thing to cover that up. Let me have a look. So here is Sahara Sand. Oh, hi Carol with an E. No worries. Okay, so this is Crumb Cake. I think I've got a lot of dirt on my Crumb Cake ink pad. It's picking up some bits. That's better. Okay, so this is my one that's being eaten, like so. And do exactly the same thing for these. So make sure you're covering it up, and I might do a darker one. I'll need two in there, one for that one, one for that one. And let me choose soft suede. So I don't want to do it espresso because I want to be able to see the little chocolate chips or whatever they might be. Raisins, there could be a healthy one. And then pop that one on there. And again, leaving the mask in place. There we go. Voila. Good fun. Good fun. Okay, I'll just mount that one up. Now the stamp set is £20. And I think this is one of those that you would get a lot of use out, and you could use year on year. You could even have a birthday without chocolate, for example, by stamping the A, covering up that, and then putting the word birthday in from a different set. And there's so many different things you could do with it. And especially when we introduce the dies as well. There we are. I haven't got a card for that one as I was only planning on doing two, so I will layer that up shortly. Sorry about the marks on here, I need to wipe those down. It's stays on, so I need my stays on cleaner. So there we go, 3 similar but different cards done in the same style really. So this is the stamp set, Nothing's Better Than, which I'm going to feature all week. And then the dies that go with it, Santa's cookies. Oh yes, good idea. So these cut out obviously the coffee cup, the cocktail, the chocolates and the cookies, but then you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dies, and this says love you more than chocolate, and then you've got the words chocolate, cookies, coffee and cocktails. You can't see them particularly well because obviously that's the back of it, so I will be using those later in the week. So thank you for joining me this morning. Thank you Monica, Verity, Marion, Carol, Molly, who else can I see? Jill, Scylla, Jacqueline, Linda. So thank you all, and apologies if I haven't caught your name on there. They don't always all pop up. So thank you for joining me today. I shall be back tomorrow, 3 o'clock tomorrow, Tuesday, and I'll be doing cocktails tomorrow. And then back to chocolates and the like on Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that's given you some ideas and inspiration. I do hope you enjoy your day today. Make the best of the nice weather if you have it. Thank you for spending the last hour with me if you've been here the whole time. Stay safe and look after each other. Look after yourselves. And I do hope you can also keep crafting. Thank you so much. Bye bye.